Good morning, guys. It is Guido coming at you with Coffee Talk on the left side of the Atlantic and my coffee.
And it's Pilgrim on the correct side of the Atlantic, shilling again with a Guido mug, but with tea.
But wait, what?
Tea.
What?
Tea. Guido's mug, tea.
What's it? What is that called?
That?
Yeah, what's it called? What's it called?
It's a mug for tea.
No,
I'm not calling
nice
it
try.
Else. I am not.
It's a
Guido's
coffee
mug for tea.
That's okay. I will accept it. That is acceptable. That is acceptable. The world's premiere World of Tanks podcast Coffee Talk streamcast at the 0700 Central U.S. time zone slot. And now, number one in EU because the EU invasion has begun.
It has. And we've just had an hour change. I forgot to mention this, Guido, but for me now it's midday. It's 1200 hours as opposed to 1300 hours. So actually it's better for me this because I get the rest of the afternoon to play World of Tanks when we finish.
Oh, you got an hour of gameplay out of this.
Yeah,
We'll start earlier next week then.
Yeah. You'll never get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning to do this.
Yeah, that's true. That's hard enough to crawl out at 6. Crawl out at 6.
Morning, everybody.
I am on the EU server. More to come on that.
Yeah.
It turns out that that was actually a good move on my part. Know what I'm saying? Because I have a background. But yes, the NA server is down right now. But we're going to talk a bit about the differences between the two today, so that's going to be fun. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Got a lot of good stuff for you today. Things are happening a little bit. We've got some Halloween events coming up.
Hey, Low Blow's in.
Hey,
By the way, Low Blow, just let me interrupt you, Guido.
Yeah.
It's fun with flags. If you've ever watched, never mind, I can't remember that program. But anyway, Fun with Flags, and I put yours up particularly for you, sir.
Big Bang Theory.
That's it. Yeah, you
Big
know
Bang
it.
Theory. Yeah, absolutely. Sheldon.
Fun with Flags.
Sheldon, Fun with Flag. Yeah, so representing the nearly all of the former Empire.
Yeah.
Well, the three biggest, although potentially the Canadian,
the biggest bits.
The Canadians might have an issue with that, but they're only big in size.
They're still in the Empire, the Canadians. They just don't know it. That's all.
That's true. They are sort of kind of still in the Commonwealth.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. There you have it. There you have it. All right. So what do we got going on for channel news, guys? I'm still doing the 100 Battle Challenge, but it's taken a bit of a backseat because I am now on the EU invasion. We're going to discuss that quite a bit. Had a lot of fun actually as doing the new player thing, and I'm creating content along that line. So if you are a new player or you're considering to going to EU, you're going to find a couple playlists on my YouTube channel that talk about being a new player and things you should do, a little strategizing on how to move through the lines and what I've found in 2020. So I know it's not exactly the most original idea, people have done it, but we're going to take a look at it, the state of the new player in 2020. And
I also think, Guido, with that, the uniqueness about that is that you are predominantly, and always have been, an NA player, now dropping over into the EU with the vast amount of games that you've played, with the experience that goes with that, gives a different outlook on how you would, you can take the information that you can give out, and anybody starting off is going to get top-notch, advice, isn't it, really, at the end of the day? So that's the uniqueness of that.
Top-notch, baby.
There you go. That's how we roll.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm just going to be interesting. I've enjoyed it so far. Someone was very, very generous to me. 2 people, actually, to include Pilgrim. So we'll talk about that, though, on what I have in the garage and why I have it and all that good stuff. So we'll get there. So 100 Battle Challenges, I go back and forth to NA. That'll continue on. I think I just finished the T-37 and did pretty well in that. That was a lot of fun. So those videos are on the way next week. We'll have a lot of that. I'm starting to get some more content from you guys based on the new patch coming out. So I've got a couple videos for you guys coming out as well for various players who needed help. So look for that. DCS content continues. Yesterday I posted a video on refueling, kind of talking about the real world and DCS version of it. Really pretty cool. Something I learned actually talking to multiple people, which is why I'm really glad I've expanded into DCS and started meeting other gamers doing other things, because the VR thing is something I've really been interested in for a long time. and I like my Rift S. It's good, but it's only about 90 degrees, which seems like a lot.
Okay.
But we're sitting here at 120.
Yeah.
With peripheral. So it's not a soda straw, but it is not quite the whole world. And they apparently are coming out with some much better VR headsets soon, and I'm super excited to maybe get one of those because that's a game changer. And the reason I bring it up is as I was doing that refueling thing, one of the things you need while you're refueling that makes it easier, obviously, is that peripheral and more 3D world view that you have in reality. When you try to do it on a flat screen, it's very squirrely. I mean, you can do it. Gamers figure it out. And so I know people are doing it on a flat screen. I'm not saying it's impossible by any means. But to get that immersive, holy cow, I'm right behind a tanker flying, you really kind of need that 3D thing going on. And with a 90-degree fairly limited view, you kind of have to move your head a lot to get everything that you want. Whereas if I was just in the jet, I would actually just my head would barely move.
Well, that's the thing. Your focus needs to be where the tanker is and everything else, because your peripheral will give you that indication that you're locked on. If you're having to turn your head, you've taken your focus off where you're flying.
Exactly. So
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's relative motion, and you really use your peripheral vision a lot more than you might think. So in DCS, you'll see head movements like this as people kind of have to center to see what's going on. But not in DCS, in VR with the Rift S, whatever they're doing actually. But with peripheral, what you would really see is you wouldn't see so much head movements like this. You would see somebody sitting there and their eyes, they might shift their head very slightly just if they wanted to look over there. But their eyes would move around. And in BFM and flying, and somebody mentioned it yesterday when we were talking, we did a tournament, and we'll talk a little bit about that later too, is one of the things you do while you're flying like that is, especially because you're under G, is you will put your eyes at the corner there, and you're tracking a guy who's over here. Whereas I could never see someone there with a Rift S because of the 90 degree. I have to do this.
Yes, I've noticed that. That's what I said to you when I first saw one of your videos, is the fact that to even look up, you stretched your head right up and you're looking up, where you wouldn't naturally be doing that.
Well, you still would have to, but you almost have to turn your head backwards to look someone. If you watch Lobolo's in here. If you watch Lobolo, and he's got a bit of a reclined seat, he'll turn his seat, and then he is no kidding, around like that.
Wow,
which you still have to do, but you got to get him centered in that kind of 90-degree thing. But I don't know. So that's been fascinating to me to learn that stuff and figure it out and see what other gamers are doing, how guys handle it. They were talking about a guy yesterday, since we're already off on a tangent. A guy that was winning.
Morning, K-Joe.
Hey, man. A guy that was winning BFM tournaments. It was a different game, I think IL2. And he was talking about he was winning it with a keyboard.
Wow. I've tried DCS with a keyboard. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. I don't know if IL2 was somewhat simpler. I don't know how the flight model worked or anything. They said he won a tournament. He won a stick, a good one. Tried it, and then, screw it, I'm not that good, and went back to the keyboard.
I don't know. Like 500 hours of gaming just to be able to use a keyboard properly on a flight.
But that's the fascinating thing, Pilgrim. Yeah. That's what's so amazing, that gamers and humans in general, and specifically gamers for the gaming genre, what we're talking about, you just get good when you practice something that long. You do, and if you have a propensity for it, you get better and better. And all of a sudden, you're flying on a keyboard. There's no reason why you can't do really well on a keyboard. It's just it's a little counterintuitive. Lots of people will find it easier with a stick and throttle, but if you don't and you're beating people, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean?
Semper Fish.
Semper Fish. Thanks, man. So I've been babbling. Who we got here? We got Lobolo, K-Man, Sticklers here, Bonzi's here, Sai's here, Kedge is here. Good morning. Sai, we're absolutely going to talk about the differences between EU and NA, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But yes, I agree. It is definitely a bit different.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they are.
999 uses a keyboard on Microsoft Flight Sim.
Yeah.
So how do you find it, man? Do you feel like you're just better at it, or is it more a case of you don't have a joystick or whatever, or you just like the keyboard better? That'd be a good conversation. But I always talk about the gaming community and gaming in general, and people are endlessly fascinating to me for lots of reasons. That's just one of them right there. All right.
That was a conversation. That was a conversation I had with Low Blow when he was doing his DayZ. Is that if you're a gamer, generally most games that are out there or come out new is not that difficult for a gamer, air quotes, to get a handle on, because generically gaming is pretty much the same thing. It is. So if you are if you are a dedicated gamer, it doesn't take long to pick up the nuances of most games. So somebody like me who just does World of Tanks finds it very difficult to move across to another game and just because it's all about WASD and mouse for World of Tanks. You know what I mean? So it's just if you're a dedicated gamer, I guess it must be easier to.
Well, I think that's true. I think that's absolutely true, and it has a lot to do with the equipment that's used because, like you said, WASD, a mouse, a keyboard for PC gamers.
Yeah.
You were a console gamer for a long time, so you understood this.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
When a new game came out, all you had to do was kind of learn what this did. Not that you didn't have to learn this again. You knew that.
Yeah.
I can't do this to save my life just because I don't play console. Yeah. But the same thing applies as each new game comes out and you look at your keyboard and mouse. Or how does my keyboard and mouse interact with this? Or how does my throttle and my throttle quadrant and joystick interact with this? All those things you learn. But like you said, as you get better at doing those things, when somebody adds a new wrinkle to it, you should be able to transition a lot faster.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the same thing with flying. Once you learn that you pull back, the trees get small, and you push forward and the trees get big. And I want to roll left and right.
I can do that in DCS. I can actually land the Su-25T upside down on the runway. As I was doing it, I even put my gear down to land. I pressed G to put my gear down, and then realised I was actually upside down, and the canopy hit the runway.
To be fair, you put your gear up.
Oh, okay, whatever. But I don't know. Ask me one on sport. I'm good at that.
I highly recommend not landing upside down.
No, it didn't work.
No, that's.
I thought it might have bounced a bit, but it didn't.
Good morning, Sparky. Good morning.
Morning, Sparky. Yeah, we are.
There's a mod in Aslan's that lets you run multi-regions. Yeah, I know. Yep. I am going to recommend that to Wargaming, and I can't. We've talked about this before. I'm flummoxed as to why that doesn't exist in their.
Crazy, isn't it?
I don't get it.
Crazy.
Because I now have 2 full clients on my hard drive soaking up 50 gig or whatever the hell it is for each one of them.
I mean, War Thunder, just to mention the other tank game, War Thunder has the multi-region. In fact, most of the games I've played are multi-region. And, surprisingly, the console's multi-region, purely because you're working through the product you're using, be it a PS4 or an Xbox.
Yeah.
So that's multi-region because they dictate where you play the game.
Yeah.
But it's just PC.
Yes, I just confirmed what we were talking about. I said I use the keyboard because that's what I've used for 20 years and I'm comfortable with it. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. I love it. Okay. That was a good sidebar. We really went for a while.
Wasn't it just? We hit the tangent within 2 minutes.
DCS got us off into a serious tangent right there, which was good. Last on that, I will be streamcasting with Low Blow later today, 2000Z, and we will be streamcasting the ACM tournament that we did yesterday, breaking it down, talking about it with myself and Slick, two real-life fighter pilot gamers, and one amazing gamer, also a pilot, DCS Low Blow. So you should get some good content and a lot of fun there. It was a really cool tournament. I highly recommend checking it out because it's going to be a lot of fun checking that out. It's going to be calm. You're going to be able to hear the 2 ship fighting with each other, sometimes fighting with each other.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be cool. Next stream, I don't know, to be honest. Unfortunately, I don't have my day off list with me. It's at the office. I think it might be Friday, but you will catch me on my Monday stack up charity stream on Monday at 4 to 6 Central Time, 4 to 6 Central Time.
Yeah.
And then I think Friday, but we'll find out. Guido Grind, That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's my
Right, no, they need to know this. We had this conversation before we came live. Guido threw the Guido grind statement at me before we came on air, and I just went, do you know what? It takes me about 5 days to get the image out of my head. Then I get all settled. Then on the Sunday, you just go, bang, Guido grind, and it's back in there again. And this is killing me.
You have to imagine it. Guido grind, I don't think does not work on the U server because I'm just a peasant on the U server.
Yeah, you and me both, buddy.
I have to get 250 battles just to be able to post on anything.
Yeah.
I think I can post on the newcomers thread. It looked like I could make a post on the newcomers.
Oh, you I guess you can ask questions.
Yeah. So, but they've locked me out. Although Hijorte, who I did a video for, I think last week, I was trolling around on the EU forums, which I've never really done. Just kind of looking at stuff, and I found a post. He actually put my name and a link to one of my videos there. So I don't know if he's here. He's probably not, but Hijorte, if you see this video, thank you so much on that. That was awesome. In fact, I saw a little uptick on subscribers, which I didn't really understand where it was coming from. And that was probably it. So I probably gained it.
Well, I mean, that's one good reason for opening up an EU account, getting out there, and just and because why not?
That is the selfish. Yeah, that is the selfish ulterior motive of why I'm doing it.
I don't know if it's selfish. It's not self-publicizing. It's just saying, look, I'm out here, guys. I'm happy to give advice to anybody who's playing this game. Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, it is really. It's a little self-promotion. But that's how you do it, right? You've got to advertise what you're offering. And people will make their decisions from there. Okay, I think that's it for channel news. Missions and specials, guys. Let's go ahead and get our shill on, which means we need to come over here to the premium shop, and we're going to talk about the premium shop first.
Shop.
Something. What is it? Shop.
Shoppy. SHOPPE. Shoppy.
Why, Pilgrim, does OBS do this to me? It does me like this every time. All right, here we go. We are in the NA shop to start.
We are.
What do we got? Well, like I said earlier, we're kind of into the holiday season, and usually, traditionally, it starts with some kind of October Halloween event. Although we've had lots of special events this year. And now it looks like the sales are starting to come at us again. So you can expect the hard sell, I think, really through Christmas from here.
Yeah.
And we've got some Mutant M6s. I kind of like that tank. It's been power crept quite a bit, but that front armor is still a factor, especially against tier 8s and lower. It's got
a decent amount of frontal slope on it, hasn't it? Because and so it will take. Even now, it will take some bounce.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool tank. I mean, I'm not telling you it's a meta amazing tank, but if you're in the market and you just wanted one because it's quite rare, then I would grab it. Although it's a lot less rare than it used to be. KV2R, which is a premium KV2.
Yeah,
that just seems like a good idea to me. This is one of the few premiums I don't actually own and have never played, but I had a KV2, so what was the purpose? Still, it's a premium. I mean, this thing must be a credit monster.
Oh, it's got to be, because each shot that you put down that barrel is just gonna wreck stuff. So
and all you're shooting is HE, like the cheap stuff.
Yeah. You
don't even need gold. Why would you even load gold in that? You would just print credits at tier 6. I bet it contends. I'd have to look at the curves, and I could be wrong.
Curves,
but it feels like it would contend with a tier 8 for credit making, or not quite, but maybe. IS-3A. The tank that ruined the game. Remember that?
Well, that came in the loot boxes for Christmas last year.
And Christmas is coming up, so we need to start the hype. We need to get people riled up. Get your pitchforks.
There's going to be
rabble.
I haven't got it with me.
Remember all the videos and the angst and the screaming and the gnashing of teeth and the crying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm not playing this game anymore. It's too much. It's pay to play, play to win.
Like, how many of those do you even see?
I don't know. I mean, I do you know what? I haven't used it in 4 months now.
Yeah.
I've got onto the double barrels now. They're more fun.
I mean, you see them. I'm not saying nobody plays them, but they're not invading the game and destroying the game or anything like that. Silly.
Yeah, they're not up at all.
Yeah, the differences on the KV2 are just the skin and the whatnot. Is the gun different? Did he say? I'm not looking at that part.
The gun sound. Yeah, no, there's a decent gun sound, isn't it? There's that that double boom type noise that comes out on the gun.
It's got a different gun sound?
Yeah, it's cool.
What?
Yeah, you need to get one now, don't you?
I want a different gun sound. I didn't know it. Does it have that old school, the boom, the really boomy one that used to be there? Not that.
It sounds. It almost sounds.
Can we just note how crappy the sounds of the guns are now?
Aren't they just?
Especially the low caliber ones, they go pew.
Yeah.
All right, look.
However, double shot with a double barrel still gives me hairs on the back of the neck going up. I think it's an awesome sound.
I agree, because it gets loud and scary enough.
Cool. And people hear it around you as well. The other players hear it go off both barrels. It's awesome.
And all of the tanks big guns used to kind of have that effect. And then they changed it to what were arguably more realistic. Because I listened, and it's YouTube, so it's hard to get a sense of it because you're not standing next to the gun. But you listen to the YouTube, you're like, well, okay, it's kind of it is like a crack kind of sound for the lower caliber stuff. But I don't want that. If that's the realistic one for my game, I'd rather it go boom and shake my house.
I mean, I've stood behind a squadron of Challenger 2s when they've been on the ranges firing. And they fire in sequence, bang, 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 and it's awesome. I mean, I went deaf for about 2 days, but it is absolutely fantastic.
Well, part of that is the concussive shock, though.
Too. But it was fun.
Yeah, when you're next to something like that goes off, it's a soul changing experience.
Yeah, the whole body just vibrates.
Yeah, you thump, and you're like, ooh, I am so glad that did not hit me.
Yeah.
It's the same thing it's the same thing as being on the range and having a 500 pounder. Hit the ground. You see that shock wave coming, and you just go boom. You're like, oh god. Yeah.
Kjo says that the NA server's back up now, so
it's
been off quite a bit, hasn't it? Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so S3. Oh, so here we have the Raumpanzer.
Oh, okay. Right. Can I wax and wane on this one?
I would like you to wax and wane.
Yeah, right. Commander AF, and the code will come out from Guido in a minute, has put her code up, and you get a 3-day rental for this. And I thought, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
In fact, that's very nice. Thank you. 3-day rental. I'll go and do that. Put the code in. Got it. I have played this tank for about 2 hours, and it's the biggest lump of crap I've ever come across. I want to give it back to Commander AF. I don't want it anymore. It is absolutely pitiful. It is horrible. That thing on the front is not spaced armor. It is slow. It has an absolute abysmal gun, and it just gets penetrated by sparrows pecking the bloody turret. It's rubbish.
It's a big dumb animal, isn't it, folks? All right, so we were discussing this. Thank you for that eloquent review of the Raumpanzer.
And that's factual.
You know we're trying to shill here, right?
Yeah, no, it's great. Go get it. Go spend money on it.
Buy some money. Buy a tank. All right, so that being said, I'm seeing Commander AF's still on the video right here on the NA server. And the look on her face is what I think Pilgrim was looking like. Just imagine the pumpkin is the Raumpanzer.
Yeah, it's
and Pilgrim's
to be crude, it's WTF.
Yeah, what the F is this?
Yeah, I think she knew. She
did know. That was her secret signal. You know when you get the hostage situation and people are blinking?
Yeah.
She's like, do not take this Raumpanzer. It's like a big... It will turn... Once I hand it to you, it will turn into a pumpkin and be useless.
Yeah. It's almost a Cinderella tank, isn't it? But never quite got to the ball.
No. It's got a big, ugly...
Oh, it's rubbish.
It's an engineer vehicle, and they didn't even have guns on. I don't know. It's a weird one.
There you go. I mean, do you know what? If they designed it so I could dig holes, I'd be happy because I'd just go off to the corner of the map and dig some holes.
How fun would it be to dig some hold down positions for your buddies with that thing? That would be actually awesome.
Hang on, T29. I'm just going to dig you a hole. Hang on. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hold down.
Yeah. Now there's a mechanic. All right, Pilgrim. Would you change your mind if they used X to lower the blade so you could dig a hole?
No, I don't want another button to press. I want it to automatically do it on a suitable piece of ground. I don't
Okay.
want to be pressing buttons to make things happen on my bloody
All right,
tank.
so you
like
want
they keep doing it.
you want the engineer in the front to take care of it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what he's paid for.
All right. Gold, I don't have anything to add onto that. It's pretty standard stuff. Man, at this point, should we start speculating about Christmas?
I think we need to because
should.
there's nothing else in the shop.
So, if this is a big if, my assumption is, you know about assumptions.
Yeah, we know what assumption means. Yeah.
However, if and the assumption is that the Christmas event goes as it has for the last 3 years now, I guess, there will be good deals. So buying gold right now is probably not your best bet.
Hold off.
But I could be wrong. So, and remember, sometime at the beginning of December, everyone is going to start posting in the forums about where's the event? How come we don't have any news? Are they not giving it to us? Blah, 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 blah. Remember, it doesn't ever start until like the second week of December. It's actually quite close. It might even be a little further in. And there's a couple events going on right in the beginning of December. I don't remember what they were, but there's a couple things going on, ranked and different crap.
Yeah.
Hold your horses. Don't expect it until maybe 5-10 days before Christmas. And I wouldn't buy gold unless you absolutely really just needed to or wanted to.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. And I wonder what the op tank will be when it comes out. Just trying to figure out what sort of.
I think it's going to be the
store.
Italian heavy premium.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
Well, they're still in super
guess.
test, and we just got a patch. So I think there'll be a patch right before Christmas, the next patch, and that will bring in the Italian heavies after they get through super test and common test. Once you see them move to common test, you know they're relatively close. I would expect that in maybe mid-November. A couple common test iterations, and then that tank.
That would be interesting because that's a slight tangent from what they've done before because the IS3A is a one-off.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And what did they do before? I can't remember what it was before the Christmas. But yeah, that would be a slight.
Yeah.
Because that's already out there, isn't it? It's publicised that the premium's there. I can't remember what it is, a CS53 or something.
I think we knew about the IS3A. We just didn't know what exactly they were doing to it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wait a minute. See, the IS3A was a weird one. It was already out.
Wasn't it?
They put they put the autoloader, but it was still the tank that was in the containers.
In the containers. Yeah.
So that's pure speculation, guys. But I think that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, maybe the tanks come out in November or sometime, and then there's another tank for Christmas. Maybe there's not a tank for Christmas. I don't know.
Maybe that. Yeah, maybe that.
All right, vehicle stuff. This is all the same stuff. When we get down here, you can still get the Cockroach if you really want to. Schmaltram, Lanson. T-78's out there. The bloody LEF is still for sale. How long does it say? Oh, get your LEF and Cockroach because it looks like they're going away today.
Nobody's killed me yet. Nobody's earned the 500 gold I offered. So
really?
Or nobody's claimed it. They may
How
have
many
killed
LEF
me,
games have you played?
None of them. That's why I said it. Because I said at the very beginning, if you remember, I'm not going to play them again. And then I said, if you see me play it and kill me, you can have 500 gold off me.
But I thought you like had a little change of heart. You're like, you know what? I'll play it a little bit. I thought it was your way to get around what you just stated. So this was a total bait and switch.
Absolutely.
Total bait and switch.
People have been going out looking for me, haven't they? They've been
I want the viewers to express their displeasure in the comments about that.
Okay, well, no, I promise. I will play it. I will.
No,
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll even time frame it for you. I will play it. Both those tanks next. No, Banzai, boo! I will play them Saturday and Sunday next weekend. Okay, I'll give you one weekend where you can earn 500 gold off me if you kill me. How about that? Next Saturday, next Sunday. You've just been raided, Guido.
I've been raided.
Atomic Kates.
Right on. Who is it? All right, hold on. I have to turn this off.
Atomic Kates. Or Atomic Cats. Sorry if I got it wrong.
Oh, right on, man. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Atomic Cats. Party of 7. welcome to Coffee Talk, guys. We're actually talking about the World of Tanks. EU, we're going to talk about the EU. We're going to talk about NA, the differences between them. Appreciate you guys coming by. Thanks for the follow. Awesome stuff. Tomb Raid. Awesome. Awesome. All right, so let's... where were we, man? We were shilling, right?
Well, hang on. Atomic Cats, this is tea, by the way. He's the coffee drinker. This is tea.
Yeah, he's got tea in a coffee cup, which I don't support.
Oh,
but we will allow
cats,
it.
Cats are like the Hetzer. Got you.
Oh, there you go. I got you. Got you. Yeah, so you know what we ought to do next weekend is maybe I'll join you. All right, on. Appreciate that so much. Another follow. Thank you much. We got to do that next weekend. We'll team up
If I do the E25 and the Leaf all weekend, just so you guys know who's joined.
Should we just double E20? Do you have an E25 in your NA?
Yeah.
Because I don't have one on my
not on the EU one though. Not the
no, that's
EU
fine. We'll just play on NA server.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do it with our hair on fire. In the E25.
I've just put it out there for those people who've just joined. If you see me in game, Pilgrim of many pilgrims, playing my E25 or my Leaf next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and you kill me, I will gift you 500 gold.
All right, I will join in on that. We'll get the details later, but I'll try to join you for an hour or two along the way, and
cool.
we'll platoon. And if you bag me, then you can add another 500 on top for me.
Yeah. I can pay your 500 gold.
But I could do it totally cheesy. I'll play the sheriff account, so I don't actually have to pay anybody, but the sheriff account.
Oh, that's out of order. That is just bad news, isn't it? You know what I mean?
No, I'll play my account. That'll be cool.
It is Yorkshire tea today. It's not always Yorkshire tea, Atomic. Sometimes it's Fortnum and Mason's because I've got the posh stuff.
I thought it was always the Queen's tea.
But it isn't today. It's not the Royal Blend today because Her Majesty's still in bed because we've knocked it back an hour, haven't we? So I've gone for Yorkshire tea.
There's a lot of rules here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have the appropriate propriety, I think you got to know these rules, and I'm glad that you're on top of them, man. You are a good royal subject.
I am indeed. I love it a bit.
Are you a loyalist? You got to be a loyalist.
Absolutely.
Well, if you've got that flag behind you, clearly you are, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. I'll even accept that Australians are also on our side because they've got the Union flag in there. Look.
I mean, that's right? Because the Union Jack is
naval
associated with the loyalist side, right?
Well, yes, it is, but also right. Okay,
or royalist or whatever.
Let's educate the NA.
Okay, please bring it to us.
Please do.
All right.
This is the Union flag.
The Union Jack.
Union flag.
Okay.
Flag. The Union Jack is what's put on the ships. So the Union Jack is the sign. So you've got you have the Union flag, but then you've got the white bit. Okay. That's the Jack. Because that's where you get Jack Tar from for the Navy.
Okay.
So this is the Union flag.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, educated.
Oh, I thought there was more.
This is Old Glory. No, there's no more. This is Old Glory, look.
That is Old Glory. That is Old Glory. Absolutely. And so, so for the Australians, do they have a nickname for theirs?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Low Blow about that. But we've got a nickname for the Australians. They're colonial convicts.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Hopefully, the Australian word for their flag doesn't have the C word involved in it somewhere. Because that is their favorite word.
Sutek, I do have a New Zealand flag, but Low Blow's first looks at this stream, I thought I'd give him the honour of having his national flag flying today. So
he has been here before.
Yeah. Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. Oh, all right then. Well, there you go. Anyway, but I do have a Kiwi flag as well.
It's still good honor. You have flown the Kiwi one. I can't remember why. We did have.
I have. I've flown it because I can't remember what it was. I think it was something to do with it. They may have won some sort of rugby game or something. I can't remember.
Okay. Code, guys. Code for Commander AF 4NA is Monster Mash 10204. All right.
Yep. And what do you get with that? What do you get with that, Guido?
You know what? I forgot to look.
You get a round panzer. 3-day
I
rental.
forgot. Yeah, that's why I forgot. I blocked it out. You also usually get a mission for the.
Yeah, you get some tokens and stuff.
You get a mission for the tank rewards. Which, oh, by the way, Pilgrim, did you know this? I know you knew this, but I don't know if the folks at home knew this. There is a tank rewards in EU. I did not know that really.
There is indeed, yeah.
Yeah. So it's tankrewards.eu. And if you have an account on both, you can do both. Tankrewards.com for the NA, tankrewards.eu for EU. The EU one doesn't have the ID me thing for the veterans, the Canadian and American veterans, and NA get extra points. So I have to run it as an actual peasant like the rest of you over in EU.
Yeah.
That's kind of insulting. Is that? I don't even know if that. Maybe that's not funny. Is that not funny?
Well, there was talk about it. I remember I actually went on the forums and asked the question. I can't remember who answered, but one of the admins said they are looking at it. But the problem they've got is that it's the verification problem.
Yeah.
In the UK, you've got the British Legion, the Royal British Legion. They can verify if you've served or not. So you've got a way of verifying British service persons.
Yeah.
Do you have a way of verifying the French, the German, I don't know. So I guess the coordination behind all of that is country specific.
There's so many countries to deal with.
Big old job in it, it's a big old job.
Yeah. Yeah, so that might be a bridge too far. I know they're looking into it. They did talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're going to break down the Mirror 13 event in a minute, but just know right now that it's the 25th of October to the 8th. And then Ranked Season 2 is the 26th of October to the 16th of November. So what that means is 2 major events going on at once. That's going to be a bit of a crazy grind for anyone trying to do both. Good luck. I don't have any good answers for you on that one. It's kind of hard, isn't it, Pilgrim? Because if you are trying to get your last couple, coins to get the prize tanks for or try to get the prize tank for Ranked, which is the American Tier 9, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Are you going to prioritize that, or do you want to do the Mirror 13? We will get into the gifts, but I will say the Mirror 13 rewards are not amazing.
No, they're not, and it looks more difficult to do the coin collection to get things.
Yeah. So really, it seems like a no-brainer to me if you're working Ranked because you still need a few more coins or whatever they call them to get that Tier 9. The answer is probably pretty clear. You're just going to go ahead and do Ranked.
Yeah, because you would have if you've already gone 2/3 of the way through, you might as well just finish that off.
Yeah.
And you can add on to that, as we're going to talk about EU account as well. When you're running that many accounts, if you're trying to run 2-3 accounts, of course, then where do you put the priorities? You have to say to yourself, and we'll come back to that when we talk about
absolutely. Yeah. All right, so let me get this here. That's pretty much it, I think, for the shilling and whatnot there. Missions and special. I don't have anything else to. Oh, Queen Maeve is out, guys, for Prime Gaming. So if you've got Prime Gaming, go ahead and get your Queen Maeve. That's a special commander. Does it come with skills? Does she come with lots of skills? Like she's got 3, 2
or 3 of them. Or
yeah, I'm not on my NA account, but I'm not sure. And it usually has a weird setup. 6 cents and jack of all trades and repairs or something. It's really bizarre. So I usually retrain them.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly. So, all right.
Okay. The official name for the Aussie flag is the Australian national flag. Okay.
Australian national, excellent.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of thought behind that one, isn't it?
Yeah. I was wondering if it had the F word in it or something. That Australians or a special kind of a swearing people.
Yeah, well, there would be, wouldn't there be? Struth, mate. G'day.
True Romance wants to know: is there a specific way to drink Yorkshire tea?
Right. Okay. And I hope Atomic will back me up on this.
Oh crap!
You have to use. Right. Get it this way. You have to use freshly boiled water. None of this stale stuff. None of this stuff that's sat in a kettle for 3 days. Freshly boiled water to a specific temperature. Guido knows this. I've educated him. To a specific temperature, and you have to add always fresh tea into a teapot. No tea bags. It's fresh tea. 1 for every cup that you're going to drink, and 1 for the pot. And then you do not put sweeteners with it. who has sweeteners in tea? I mean, that's just an American thing. Yeah, exactly. Milk first, that's down to you. Preference, is it milk first or milk after you pour the tea? The reason why they put milk in first originally was because the china cups that back in the day, in the 1700s, couldn't take the heat of the hot tea, so they used to put milk in first to cool the tea down so it didn't crack the china. Tea education, here we go. This is how we roll on this channel.
Or alternately, you just boil some water till it boils, because boiled water is
That's
boiled
what
water.
you do, yeah.
It's hot. You put it into a mug, say, something that doesn't explode because it's from China. And then you grab a handful of that tea and you chuck it in there, and then
Chuck it in, yeah, no.
you do the salt bay. The
Philistine.
last few tea leaves that are in your hand, you just salt bay that right into the thing there.
Oh, I don't know. Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse them.
Yeah, you just made me spit that one out.
To be fair and honest, it
To be
is
fair and
true. If they make the tea right, it is better. I don't know how. It makes no sense. It is not logical. But there
I'll
is.
send you the link to the video where
No, I've
the
seen it. And my family,
scientist-
my family in England does it. They make fantastic tea, and if I get offered, I'm like, absolutely, please let me have some tea that tastes nice. I don't. Again, like I said, I don't get it, but it's a thing. It's like anything that you get good at. People look at it. The game is the same, right? You get people who aren't good at the game and are denying why they're not good.
Yeah.
And they just want to blame everything on everything. You can say the same thing about tea. You go, you just boil water. What's the difference, right? Or if you're bad team, like, that guy's just lucky. He doesn't. It's nuances you don't get until you actually are that good.
Well, that's the whole point.
You guys are Unicum tea makers.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
The whole country is purple.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Semperfish. Yeah. That Boston Harbor, they threw it in the sea. That's why. Now, coming back to...
Hey, just before you get to that story, just so you guys know, that tea was terrible.
Well,
When we dipped our cup in the harbor and drank it, it was awful. It was trash.
Something to do with salt water?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Now, I'm going to show you this. Look, the reason this is why I'm not good. This is my other glasses, if
Your
you
binoculars.
like, binoculars, and these are my gaming glasses. You see how big they are? They need to be this big so I can actually play World of Tanks. If I put these on, I just roll around the map, not knowing where I am.
Are they
I play the
bifocals?
glasses.
Are the other ones
Pardon?
bifocals or what?
They're graduated.
Oh, okay.
Computer glasses. Yeah, so they're not bifocal because I can't do that because it makes me fall over.
Because the world's kind of going weird around the edges.
The world changes from C, not C, not C.
Yeah.
But with these, they're graduated, so I can use them on computers and then
Okay,
look
so-
down and read stuff. But
like-
if I try and play World of Tanks with them, half the screen's a blur.
Those glasses made it through university. Those are good.
There you go.
Graduated. Done. Shh. All right.
All right, we're done. Tangent.
Another good tangent. Today has been excellent tangents, folks. Excellent tangents, and with a little participation by the crowd helping us out.
Isn't it good?
Never
Thank you
add
very
milk.
much,
It's a
good.
dairy conspiracy. That's right. I'm not going to bother going through the missions. We're going to talk a little bit about EU differences because right now I've got the EU garage up, but we're not going to do that. We're going to move on. Are we ready to move on? What do we got here?
I am definitely ready to move on.
We talked about rank, talked about maybe. All right, subjects du jour. We are now in the subjects du jour portion of this event. And first thing we want to talk about is, and I'm going to be honest with you folks, I don't know when I'm going to get over this. I'm just going to say once more for the record, that Act 5 of the anniversary was a complete disappointment, Wargaming.
Yeah.
I may complain till next anniversary.
I definitely want to complain until after Christmas. Definitely. Really do.
You were saying you think you still have 5 keys somewhere?
Oh, I've still got 5 keys. They're somewhere in the garage. They're lying underneath an oil can or something. But they're there. They're in the garage. They're just. I'm not sure what to do with them. What do I do with my 5 keys?
All right. So I just wanted to throw that out there. We're going to talk, and I mentioned it earlier. Someone actually mentioned it also in chat about the differences between EU and NA.
Yeah.
Which I'd always heard, and I kind of counted on all you guys to let me know, guys and gals, let me know what they were. And I never really had personal experience of it, so I'm glad I started this EU account. I've had a lot of fun doing it. But there are definitely differences, at least in my opinion. Right now, my experience is low to mid-tier, mid being tier 6, so not exactly mid, but touching on mid-tier. And it's been a wild, Pilgrim, a wild and a wacky ride, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Yes.
So, absolutely. I mean, it's bizarre, and I'm assuming that's what you've found, because you've told me it over and over again that it's just a different world over there.
Yeah. The whole we were talking yesterday, weren't we? The meta for most of the maps are completely different to what it is on NA. Now, we sort of chatted about that and tried to figure out how that actually came about. And I think what's happened is you've got a lot of players. You've got 100,000 players, and that has brought out different play styles, and that has over time become the meta. When you've got 25 to 30,000 players on the NA server, generally that meta has melded together because most of those players, let's call it 70% for the sake of anything, 70% of those players understand the meta of that particular map, and that's how they played it. But with the EU being so big, and it's 3 EU servers, 1, 2, and 3 now, and you've got 25 different countries, people play differently.
So do you think that the servers 1, 2, and 3 have slightly different play styles and players as well? Like, are they regional? Do people tend to clump around the closer server, or is that not a thing? Excuse
me. The 1 and 2, 3's just recently been added. Somebody will probably put me right on it, but I hadn't seen 3 until a couple of weeks ago. So 1 and 2 generally played very similar. Okay,
so it's not that.
I think the number 1 server's in Amsterdam, and the EU2 server is somewhere in one of the former Eastern countries, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know where EU3 is. It's possibly further towards Turkey or somewhere like that. I don't know. Right. But I definitely know EU1 is Amsterdam. So on EU1, you used to get a lot, and you still do, a lot of UK players because it's the closest server. And if you put it on auto server, it knocks you straight to that one anyway.
Right.
But the two play styles on the 2 servers were generally the same. So, because people are swapping servers all the time, so they're taking their own experience into whatever server it is.
Yeah.
It's so. For example, Overlord. Although it called me a liar quite a few times when we platooned up the other day, Overlord, the beach is critical on the EU server, whereas on the NA server,
people just love going down there even more.
Than on NA. I mean, on the NA server, it's the 8-9 line, so it's completely different meta.
So Stickler, good question. For me, it tends to be EU1 is slightly better. So I'm running about 120 to 140. Although I had not played later at night US. I'm talking 7 or 8 at night. Actually, I guess it was about 8 o'clock at night when I got on, and it was 200 to 300. So I'm assuming because it was loaded up with EU players, because it was midnight or so on the EU, it was unplayable. So that's actually good news for me, because if I play in the morning here, it's more midday over there, which is kind of my playtime anyway. So I should be able to keep the ping under control. For me personally, 120, anything less than 200 is doable. 120 is pretty good, but I still notice it. It's not terrible, and it does affect a little bit of my peeking and poking and snapshotting. Yeah. When it approaches 200, I feel like I'm in molasses, and I'm not really. If anything's moving fast next to me, I just have a hard time getting to it. With declining reflexes as I get older, I run into that even at like 20 ping sometimes. Which is just a thing. And I think I'm, obviously the level I play, I'm way better than a lot of people younger than me, but it just happens that stuff is, you have to deal with it. So 120, 140 is okay. So I'm dealing with that. Not really a problem. Here's what I did, guys. I started the EU. I did not do on purpose an invite code because I was going to kind of Iron Man through it. It's been really great. I've done a couple videos. Like I did a video on the boot camp. I think I missed the missions. That I don't know if I have any content with the missions. I'm a little pissed off at myself for not actually stopping long enough to do some content on that part, because there's some beginning missions where you'll come out of it with a tier 6.
Yes.
And you'll probably be able to grind to a tier 5 along the way on another line. And there's some tactics and techniques to do that. I do have that part captured on a video. So if you're interested in what my thought process on how I started and which lines I was going to do. So I did that. And then Pilgrim was very generous, sent me 1,000 gold to kind of help me out with some crew training and other crap, because I'd made a couple stupid mistakes and wasted my 500 gold.
I felt sorry for Guido. He used his gold like it was Wargaming's gift.
Like a drunken sailor.
Yeah,
like a drunken sailor like Pilgrim in a bar in South America.
Yeah, that's the one. Absolutely. Not knowing quite what life is all about. There you go.
So I was streaming along, minding my own business, having a good time, and then somebody else was very, very, very generous from the community, and you'll notice that I have a Renegade, which is, by the way, is on sale in the EU right now, and is probably one of, arguably the best, but certainly one of the top 5 heavy premiums out there. And if you don't agree with top 5, it has to be top 10. I'll fight you if you don't think it's in the top 10. No, I'm just kidding.
It is expensive on the EU. I mean, it's even the basic one. You're throwing out nearly £30 sterling for it, but it is worth it. It is absolutely worth it.
And I appreciate it. It also came with 16,000 gold, which you can see I've moved some crews around, and that's what I'm using the gold for. I'm not going to buy any premiums with it or anything like that. And 30 days of premium time. So that was unbelievably generous. Thank you so much to that person. Who wanted to remain anonymous, and I blew that earlier. But anyway, now I've got my act together. That's only temporary, by the way. I'm not going to have my act together for very long. That's
not how we roll with it.
I want to note the point at which I touch my act together and it diverges, that I no longer have my act together. So what I'm doing now, actually, I'm gonna pivot slightly on the content. I'm gonna do a video for you guys about. All right, so hey, thank you so much. Thank you for the follow, Zaffin. That's what I'm going with.
We'll go with
Zaffin. Might be Zaffin 1.
Zaffin 1.
I think maybe Zaffin 1. But thank you so much. So I'm gonna pivot a little bit. Yes, Sutek. Yeah, we can talk. Yeah. We can talk about that in a minute. Yes.
Yeah.
Pivot slightly to, all right, you started to count. You're free to play. Cruising along. You get some goodies early on from Wargaming, which is smart for them, because it kind of, here's some gold. Here's a little. You get 4 days of premium if you get through the missions. You get 3 days as you get out of boot camp. You get another day in a mission in there. You've got a good weekend. So you sit down for a good weekend. You start your account, you kind of start grinding through. You get pretty quickly to tier 6 because you get a free tier 6 off of those missions. You've maybe ground to
your own choice as well. You can choose the tier 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may have ground to about tier 5 otherwise based on the lines you're starting. And then your premium goes away and the grind just slows down.
Yeah.
So now you're going, well, I kind of like this game. Do I want to spend some money on it?
Yeah.
And the amount that I got from the gift was quite a bit, but it actually shows, all right, what's your choices? Get a premium.
Yeah.
Get some gold. Get some premium time. So premium tank, gold, premium time. Those are the three bigs. What do you want to do? Get some of each? Get a bunch of each? Get one of them? So I'm going to discuss that in content. We're going to talk about what maybe you might want to try to do with that, and I was given all of it. So I have a tier 8 premium, which is going to be a good credit grinder. For me, a really good credit grinder, because I'm a pretty good player, so I'm not going to have any trouble really grinding credits. If you're brand new guys, you've never played World of Tanks, a tier 8, see if you agree with me on this, Pilgrim, a tier 8 is the best credit grinder, but if you're brand new, it could be a rough experience.
Yes, because you won't have the experience to be able to deal with what you're going to come up against. If you've got tier 8 premium, you're going to see tier 10. and and you're just going to end up being so pissed off with being killed all the time because they just take you apart.
Yeah.
That it'll ruin your game experience. I'm not saying don't get a premium tier 8.
See, that's where that's my conundrum, Pilgrim.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Go ahead and continue the thought because I think I know what you're going to say. Or don't just.
So you're going to take your tier 8 premium out as a newbie, and everybody's going to just take you apart.
Yeah, but I think you were going on before I so rudely interrupted. You were about to say, but you might as well buy one and get on.
But
with
you
it.
might as well buy one. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Because at some point you're going to come across this anyway.
Yeah.
Learn it and take the hit but still grind your credits. It's the only way to get your credits. If you're going to do free to play, I mean, my out of the 2 EU accounts, the one I play with you is a free to play account. I don't put anything into it.
Yeah.
And I needed to get a premium. I needed to get a premium because I wasn't making enough credits. Because when you start to look at equipment costs, directives and consumables, everything's 20,000 silver. I mean, you're not making that money at tier 5. You're not making that credits.
Yeah.
So
it takes a while, especially if you're not running premium.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, there's some trade-offs. It's an expensive game, guys. I mean, there's no way to soft coat that or soft pedal that. I mean, a premium tank is $30, $40, $50. That's just one premium tank.
Yeah.
I think premium time is probably the most worth it thing.
Yeah, you'll get the extra credits. Don't you?
Yes, credits and experience, and that will help you on all the grinds. You will have to, if you don't buy a premium and you're just going to go with premium time, you will have to play mid-tier stuff, tech tree tanks, to make any kind of decent money.
Yeah.
You're going to have a hard time if you're not very good making money at tier 8 tech tree tanks. You can do it, but you're probably not going to be shooting a lot of gold or using a lot of expensive consumables and stuff. So really the combo of premium time and a tier 8 premium tank is the fastest way to help your grind. Gold, in my opinion, early on, the best thing you do with gold is keep your crews moving without losing a bunch of experience.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Retraining crews to the next tank.
That's a trick that you don't learn till you're way into the game. So that's good advice to give out. I learned quite late into the game that the best thing to do with your crews is to train them and then retrain them into the next tank. They carry their skills with them instead of having new skilled crew every time you get another tank.
Yeah.
So correspondingly now I've got way less crews than I've got tanks, and I just use them in my premium tanks to keep them moving along and then pop them back into their original tanks once I need to play those.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely way to go.
Sutek, I agree 100%. I'll give that one caveat. If you're brand new and you don't know what you're doing, my recommendation highly is to get a good tier 8 heavy premium.
Yeah.
Because that will keep you in the game shooting. If you do hit, you do more damage, you'll make more credits, you have some more hit points to last a little longer. It's not as flexible, it's not going to make you a unicum, but it's just a solid decision. The secondary for me, it's not my play style, but if you're more of a sit back person, a good premium TD like a Scorpion or a Suin 30PM with a turret and some mobility so that you can kind of run away. But I agree with you on the surface of that 100%, especially if you're an experienced player, to kind of figure out where you want to go. But it's good advice. I mean, if you come into the game and you're like, I want to be a medium tank guy, then yeah, absolutely. Pick yourself out a good medium tank. Or maybe just, like he said, play it and figure out what class you like. That's solid advice for sure.
Absolutely.
Suit Stickler, you'll notice my name is Guido1212_actual because I think I made an EU account years ago of Guido1212. I could not remember the email that I used.
CRS.
So I know
Charlie Romeo Sierra.
Yeah, I know. All I know is I could not make Guido1212. It was already taken. But there you have it. Sparky put $60 in it. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's the going price.
Yeah, you're right. It's a long-term game. This is something that perhaps some parts of the gaming community don't get on so well with it. It's not the fast action, fast game, complete it in a week's time or a month's time. This is it's 10 years old, isn't it? You know, and,
if you're like
some
a
of us
game to game to game to game guy where you just finish, move on, and you just love different game. Maybe not. This is maybe not be the title for you, but there are people who do that and just come back to tanks. And they've been here 10 years, but they have many, many fewer battles than I do because they're playing other things. That's fine, too.
Oh, we've seen that with this whole lockdown stuff, haven't we? We've got the COVID hermits who have returned to the game after being away for 5 years and going, what? Like that, what? What's this? And then they're going doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Hey, we're going to take...
And then you're going...
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to take a 5-minute break for two reasons. One I won't mention. The other one is I'm going to top off my coffee because I've run out of coffee. So if you guys give us 5 minutes, we'll be right back and talk a little bit more about EU differences. We're going to talk about Mirny 13 and maybe some ranked stuff. So give us 5 minutes. We'll be right back, fellas.
I'll entertain the troops while you're away.
Oh, you want me to leave the sound on?
No, don't.
All right, you got it, man.
How is it? Halloween mode up on the NA. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's the guide that was on. Cheers, Atomic. The guy that was on. The guide that was on the EU site is now. You're right. Is now on the NA site. So we'll dig into that a little bit later. It's not going to be the huge giveaway that I guess we were all wanting and anticipating because last year they didn't have the Halloween event. Yeah, by all means, Atomic, do it. I'm not techie enough to understand all that, but I'm sure Guido will sort that out with you. Not a problem. Absolutely, that would be most kind. So we'll go through the Halloween guide. We'll have a look at that. We will. I think we're going to dig into some of the clan wars as well. Although Guido and I don't really do clan wars. Me because of the time frame, because I'm running my NA account and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning to actually do that. You know, I've got to get up for work the next day, so it never happens. I could run clan wars on my EU accounts, but really, again, it's all a time frame thing. It's trying to fit in gaming across 3 accounts takes a lot of time, and I've also got to spend some time with my house general. Otherwise, I would be locked in the shed for the rest of my life, I guess. So, which is not a bad deal, you know. The shed's okay, but you know, I need sunlight and fresh air at some point. So, yeah, absolutely. I hope he's left me on, and I'm not just talking to myself here, guys. Can you hear me? Can somebody tell me if you can hear me? Because that would be so funny. I'm actually going to type, can anybody hear me? He switched me off. Yeah. Not clan wars, sorry, rank battles, yeah. Because there's other stuff coming up as well. Oh, okay, thanks, Sparky. He has left me on. I wasn't sure whether he'd muted me or something, so cool, all right. Oh, dear. He has a habit of doing sneaky stuff like that to me. You know what I mean? I'm not techie at all. You know, this is an old guy. I'm 59 years old. I don't understand all this sort of stuff. And I didn't disconnect after a Discord call with him one day. And I dismantled all this backdrop and everything else. Oh, yeah, Doctor Who, you muted me. Thank you, Doctor Who. So I dismantled I was potting around and I was picking my nose and just generally chuntering along as an old man does. And he kept pinging me. He goes, do you realise you have not disconnected and I'm still watching what you're doing? So I got no idea. I have no idea about this tech stuff. It just goes, you know, somewhere along the line, somebody tells me to press a button and it all switches off, which is fine. It's okay. I can do that. It's great to have. It's great to have everybody on this early in the morning for the NA, and I guess midday coming up to 1 o'clock for EU and UK. And one of the reasons why Guido wanted to put it out here at this time was to try and involve EU players as well. Oh, is it Sutak? Is it? You see, having I've only just sort of like touched it slightly. I did stay up late once and tried a bit of ranked, and it is a little bit. I mean, I'm not good enough, to be honest, to get very far with it, and the whole sort of makeup of it, where you start to lose chevrons if you don't get to a certain level. It was self-defeating. So you would actually achieve something, and then the next one you went into, you were back down to square one, and it was like, oh, this is crazy. So I guess ranked battles, you've got to be on your game and top player to actually enjoy it, I would assume. For me, it's not a thing that I want to do, to be honest. I don't want this game to not be enjoyable. So I avoid those sort of things that make me go, ah! Rage, or the best you can. I mean, who has anybody else played ranked battles across either servers? What's the opinions on that mode itself? See, for me, I've got two. Well, yeah, no, they do sympathise. I'm not a raging guy, but sometimes, it grind your teeth, don't you? You just sort of grind your teeth. But coming back, I've got two EU accounts. One which I use as a trash account to just have fun and not worry about it too much. The other EU account is my competition account, so I enter all the different competition modes and everything else with my other EU account, and that's the one where I get serious. I'm not serious on my Nablehorn is my gamer tag on my non-serious account, and then I've got the NA account, which is the Pilgrim with Many Pilgrims, which is the longest running account, because I started on console way back when it was beta for the console, so that's how I got into it. So I continued the motion once I got into PC to carry on with the NA server. But yeah, I mean, ranked battles for me, I can take it or leave it, I guess. Yeah, exactly. You rage enough in pub games, and you don't want to be raging in ranked battles as well. But yeah, I guess if there's things to be won, it's an option, isn't it? I thought you'd switch me off, and I've been nattering away.
No, right? You're on, man. You were on.
I was gnashing away, and I went, hang on a minute, has he switched me off? And I'm just like...
I got trapped by the house general, which was what took me so long. I'm like, oh man, this is what happens in a cottage industry, what we got going on here.
I know, but the guys were kind enough to say, yeah, we can hear you. There were one or two saying, your lips are moving, but we can't hear anything.
Yeah.
And I was going...
Yeah, we stopped. I tuned you out hours ago.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly, Atomic. I'm not the tech guy.
I'm barely the tech guy. That's the problem. Yeah.
Well, now Atomic has asked a question, and I said I'd leave it for you to answer. What was it? It's about hosting. Atomic, was it? Can I go back and just find it? Can I put you guys on my host list? I don't know what that is.
Absolutely, Atomic. Yes, please do that. 100%. 100%. I'll go check out your stuff too, man. I could do the same thing. That's something I haven't.
Give us a link.
That's something I've kind of dropped the ball on. I haven't really looked at that as much as I should. Basically, it's when your channel is. I think you're hosting them on your channel when you're off, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. No, that's cool.
So you kind of got to be careful. You got to watch their content and make sure it's something that you want to be associated with and all that stuff. So I do appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Really?
That's nice. Good feedback, and I do definitely appreciate that. So so what I did, and there'll be content on this for you guys, but what I did is I went down 3 lines. I went down the Russian line. I'll tell you why in a minute. I guess I'm at 4 lines now. I'm doing the U.S. Scout line, so I've got the Chaffee. I'm doing the German line just because I think the German tanks are way better than they used to be, and I just like them. So if I was,
you've got better options with the German tank line now.
you do now.
You start moving towards the E50s and so on and so on. Yeah, absolutely.
If I was looking a brand new guy in the face, though, and being honest, I'd tell him to go down the Russian lines.
Yes, well,
Or the US.
without question.
Or the US. I think those two are kind of about the same.
Yeah.
And if you just had to drive German tanks, then you're not as bad off as you would have been in the past. But I decided to do the German tanks. So basically, I am, because they're newly streamlined, you want to plan out where they split off. And with the German tanks, when you come through the 3J, which by the way is a fantastic tier 4, I didn't realize how good that tank is. That's not going to bother you to play once it's fully outfitted. It's actually pretty darn good. It'll split off.
It wasn't so good when it was stock. It was good enough. It was good enough.
But upgraded, it's actually a pretty decent tank. The good news here is it splits off into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lines. And that means you'll have to play it a little more to unlock both the 4H and the 3001. But because it's decent, and if you're brand new at Tier 4, that's not that big a deal, actually. Yeah. You can enjoy yourself with your Panzer 3J. So I did that on the Russian line. I jumped into the middle of it with the 3045. That's the Tier 6 I took. The reason being, guys, is one of the rewards for the boot camp is a rental for a T-3485M, which is the best, in my opinion, the best Tier 6 medium premium tank. Yeah. It's a 10-day rental, and the good news here is that gives you a crew, a 100% crew, a premium to try out for free for 10 days, and off to the races. Oh, by the way, if you're on NA and you're starting a new one, you've got Commander AF dropping rental tanks, which will come with crews. Do they come with crews? Pilgrim?
Yes. Yeah, of course they do, yeah.
I'm not sure. Does anyone know if the rentals that she give out
well, the round you mean like the round Panzer?
Yeah, did it have a crew?
Yeah, no, it come in with 100% crew.
Oh, there you go. So, I mean, even just to get a crew, go ahead and do those codes, and you can actually build up that crew with the rental. But that's a sidetrack. So anyway, T-3045, 3485M, same crew. The only bummer is that the crew is a 3485M crew, and you're going to need a little gold to retrain them into a T-3485 crew. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you're going to want to move them on and whatnot. But so that's why I did that. And then for the American line, I used free experience to go through to the M3 Stuart and unlock the M5. And then I screwed up and sold the M3 because I hadn't actually unlocked. I hadn't actually unlocked the T6. But so that's the.
So 10 years of playing and all that experience, and but we can still fail.
I mean, sometimes I just start clicking stuff and I'm moving so fast I forget. You know what I mean?
Oh, there we go. That's the excuse. You don't move fast. You're nearly my age.
Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of the thing with that. EU. So the difference is, what did I find? Incredibly campy at times, with short, highly violent episodes of spastic gameplay. I mean, you would see most of your team line the red line in various places, sit at cap. You take your scout forward, and then 5 enemy tanks would come boiling over the hill and just swarm you, completely ignoring that your campers are shredding them just to kill you because you're. I'm like, God, what is happening?
Yeah.
And it was Sand River. It's that big dune on Sand River.
Yes.
That light tanks kind of peek over. I'm like, whatever. I'll just peek over and I'll look. And before I knew it, 4 lights and mediums came swarming over. All my campers are blasting at them from every direction. They're swirling around me. I'm like, what is happening? And then I'm out of the game. I'm like, wow.
It is, and that little knoll at the back, if you spawn on let me work it out, on the east side and they're on the west side, that knoll at the back, or is it north and south? I can't remember. But you get mediums will camp, which is technically the TD spot. You'll get mediums camping there, waiting for you to poke over the dune. And then you've got like 15 tanks all lined up in the back line, taking lumps out of you. It's crazy.
I mean, to be fair, both servers have their number of campers, and I do have a limited experience on it, but I'm telling you, it feels like the number of people who, no kidding, camp in the back in certain games. It
does feel a lot more than NA. I think there's less aggression on the EU server, and unless you get, I think we've had this before, if you get some of the Russians coming on, they will wolf pack, and I guess that's how they will run across an EU battle as a wolf pack, and they win it every time because whether they're platooned or not, if they're Russian players, I guess they must talk to each other because you see a lot of Russian coming up, a lot of Cyrillic letters coming up, and they're going, right, let's all get together, and you get 5 Progettos all nailing everybody else out of the game, and so. And they know that the EU servers all camp, so they know they've got free reign 2/3 of the map.
And maybe that's it. Maybe there's a interesting meta in there where, because they know it's very campy, or they can tell that in particular match is campy based on what they're finding. When they see a lone guy like me actually forward, they just wipe it out and move on.
Yeah. Well, you're the idiot. He should be on the red line. He's a light tank. He's a scout. Get back there.
So as of now, I have not fired a single round of premium on this account.
You've been Iron Man. Yeah, you've been Iron Man.
Whether or not I'm not saying I will continue, and I'm not doing it to prove a point or anything, and frankly, I'm not proving a point because I have a crappy win rate of 52%, but for me anyway. But I am learning that...
You just made me feel that big because that's my win rate.
I know that sounded like an a-hole. And
win rate.
it has a... what's the word I'm looking? It has a context. The context is I'm used to being 57, 58%.
I'm not accepting that now. I'm not accepting that. That's an excuse. That's terrible. You've belittled me and made me feel this big now.
Yeah, but how much better is your win rate from a year ago?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, since I joined your clan, I will admit I went from 48 points something to 52% win rate. And my win rate has gone through the roof. So thank you, Guido.
There you go, man.
I do thank you very much. However, my EU account, my serious one, I have a 59.8% win rate. So
you're kidding me.
Let's just leave it there. No, let's just leave it there, shall we?
You're the better player.
No.
Dude, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. Nicely done.
I've been very careful with that account. I only play a game, and if I win, I then log off.
What does it have, like 20 games?
Yeah, something like that. It's about 500 games on it.
Make sure when you have a signature on any forum that it's that account.
Yeah, I always do. Yeah.
Yeah, so you look like you're the greatest WoT player ever.
Yeah, look at that unicorn. Look at him. Why do you not a CP?
So no gold.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not saying I'm not trying to prove anything with that. I'm not saying I'm going to keep with that. But the idea was I'm a new player, free to play mostly. Clearly not at this point.
Thanks for the follows, guys.
Yeah, guys, thanks for the follows. We got Trinks. Oh, Trinksy's here.
Trixie.
What's happening?
Hello.
And is this Trinksy the streamer? I think it is. Yeah. If it is, go check out. All right, fair warning. You need to understand. There's going to be language.
There's a Geordie lass. She's a Geordie lass, bless her.
She has a good time. It's a fantastic stream. I highly recommend it. If you anyway, we'll just leave it at that. Thanks for coming. It's me. All right, cool. So no gold rounds fired so far.
Okay.
Again, I don't know why I feel like I have to say this. I'm not trying to beat my chest. Which anyway, it's only 52%. Only 94 battles. So I'm just trying to get an idea of it all right there. And what I will say, somebody had a question earlier. It is harder as a free to play because I'm playing stock. I'm grinding a lot of tanks. Oh, holy cow, Semperfish. Thanks so much.
Semperfish. Brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks for the gift sub. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, no, exactly. Atomic Cats, no effing swearing. I try to keep that down here. I have several followers, and again, I'm not against it. I mean, I flew fighters. I can soar with the best of them in the bar.
Yeah.
But we don't try to.
We've got a lot of age groups.
Yeah, and I have had people say, "Hey, I listen to your stuff, and it's cool because if my kids in the background, I don't have to worry about it." And again, I'm not saying anything about anybody's stuff. It's just, you got to know what you're going into. So there you go. You may be in the mood. You may be in the mood. Yeah,
I'm the same, Trixie. I'm the same. I never swear unless I'm playing Worlds of Tanks.
Well, you should hear me. Actually, Pilgrim will attest to this. When I'm not streaming and him and I are playing,
yeah,
I do. Yeah, it starts to Yeah, 100%.
The air turns this color.
It does, yeah. And I think I may have surprised Pilgrim on occasion because sometimes
You did, yeah. I thought you were a gentleman. I thought you were an officer and a gentleman.
No, it's
but you,
I got a little.
No, you're down and dirty with the boys like me.
I can get salty sometimes with this game. So, driving stock tanks on occasion or grinding them through. I'm trying to use free experience and stuff. One thing I'm not doing with the gift gold I got is I'm not going to convert it to free experience just to get through stuff. So I'm just
No. That's a good thing because I think at the end of the day, what you can produce as content, which I think I'm getting your mindset here, is how to do it without being the guy with the credit card flashed all the time.
Yeah.
And using the gold the right way and the wise way, rather than just throwing it at something just to start getting yourself up to a tier 10 when you really need to learn the game.
Yeah. Trinksy, I do my YouTube videos without swearing. They're like, who is this person?
Yeah.
I also do that too, yeah. And mention, I like Lemming Rush, really, really good player, can learn a lot from that guy. But yeah, I agree with you. He definitely has no issues firing at. But he also does it on his YouTube channel, so it's like. But anyway, we're not here to bash anyone. I'm not bashing. It's what you like, right? It's that's why it's the interwebs, the worldwide international web of international highway webness. You can find whatever you dig, right? You find your thing, man.
Indeed.
So here's where I make an excuse for my win rate. It's things like trying to play this M5 Stuart. Now this one, I almost purely ground through. It took me 20 battles to get to the Chaffee. I wanted to actually bash my head into the concrete. That thing was so bad. And I don't generally say a tank is bad. I'm like, you need to figure out how to use it. Holy Toledo, folks. This is the biggest flaming pile of garbage. It's incredible. A light tank at tier 4 with a bad crew and no equipment, there's just no purpose for it.
No, and it's on the cusp of that tier that you need to start being able to work it, and you can't work that tank. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Holy macaroni. So anyway.
See, we're going down the teapot road now. Look. See,
Trinksy, we had a whole discussion about tea. You missed it. Yeah. I made an admission that the entire island of England there is purple Unicum tea makers.
We are.
Yeah.
We use mugs designed for tea, not what you're drinking out of, coffee mugs. This is mugs designed for tea.
That was not designed for tea. That's a coffee. That is absolutely a coffee mug, 100,000%.
All right, we'll go with that.
I agree, Trinksy. I do like tea, especially if my Brit relatives make it. Then I'm all over that tea. Okay, is that enough on the EU thing? What have we touched everything?
Well, no, maybe we have, maybe we haven't. I think you covered. Yeah, I think you covered the differences. I think generally on the EU, if you're an aggressive player, you're not getting supported. As a generalization, if you're aggressive on the US,
I would agree with that. From what I've seen, when I make moves, I mentioned on stream several times. I'd go and I'm like, well,
yeah. Where is everybody?
It was one guy.
Yeah, come on, help me.
I'm a smoking wreck.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I'm a smoking wreck.
And we pushed that corner.
Yeah.
And there was about 3 or 4 near deads, and we just thought, we'll get these, and the guys will come, and they just watched. They just sat back and went, let's see what happens when them 2 idiots go around the corner.
Look at that moronic yank. What is he doing?
Absolutely.
You're like, that's a for how you get dead right there.
Yeah, you hang back. You wait back, and when they appear, you shoot them.
Just
okay, that's how you play it then.
Someone's going to walk in front of my barrel any moment now.
Oh, dear.
Dude, that's crazy. So, ping's okay. It's very campy at times. I'll do a video because I've got several replays where I'm just looking at the deployment going, I don't know if I've ever seen this before.
Yeah.
Like weird, just weirdness, not campy or anything, just like what is going on. And then the one that makes me laugh the most because it's so out of the blue is the sudden mindless aggression that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's like what? Somebody just woke up. Somebody just like have they just taken a tablet or something?
Well, it's like you're at the tea shop and you're just you got your pinky up and you're having your nice tea,
Yeah.
and then you hear a bit of a commotion down the street, and then here come the soccer hooligans and everything goes pear shaped. It's complete chaos and destruction, and then they're gone and you're sitting there with a broken tea glass going, what just happened?
That's my clan name. Mindless aggression.
Is it?
Absolutely.
Is that actually your clan name, or is that what you're deciding it's going to be now? That's pretty fun.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Sweden would be cool. I would like to go to Sweden one day. That would be pretty cool.
It's full of Swedes. Who wants to go to Sweden?
I don't know. It looks beautiful. I have a friend actually who's out in that area. He was actually in Norway, but not Sweden. But he had a job out there with the Norwegian Air Force in the simulator.
There you go. It is.
There he goes, Doctor.
And the Doctor Who says Sweden sucks, too many sweets. Exactly. I don't like that vegetable anyway. I don't eat it as such.
There you go. Doctor Who says Norway's better. All right, so I switch Norway.
All right.
I would love to check out.
Fair, Trinity's married to a Swedish guy, so it's cool. It's fine.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Cool.
That's one thing I love about.
Her clan is mindless aggression. I'm going to look mindless aggression up later.
So she's that's fantastic. That is awesome.
What a name for a clan! That is awesome. I love that.
That's one thing I love.
Is Norway too.
Oh, right on. That's Jan. Welcome. One thing I do love about going to England and Europe in general is just the mix of cultures and people.
It's great, isn't it?
And all the intermixing that goes on as far as marriages like that, and just people who go to some of my Brit relatives go to France all the time. They go to Germany. It's just Italy a lot. So I wish I was closer to all of that. You know what I mean?
Well, you being an ex-US serviceman, you've done your time over here in Europe anyway. And
yeah, I've been there, but I loved it. I enjoyed
it. I mean, Germany for me, I was 16 years in Germany, and for me, it was the best time because you're central.
Yeah,
it meant that most people get this. Most people would go back to the UK for their holidays from Germany, from the services. I refused to do that. I went, we're in the middle of Europe. Yeah. Let's travel. We went Italy, Poland, south of France, Greece, all the way from Germany. You can drive to anywhere.
I love my years in Germany, man.
Yeah, Italy. I loved Italy. Yeah, exactly.
Like going to a monastery where the monks made beer.
Yes.
And going to the beer garden and having bratwurst and other German cheeses and stuff, and then having their the beer they made right there that. Once they tap it, you got to drink it because there's zero preservatives.
That's it.
But when it comes out, that holy crud! They had the big.
Yeah.
You could get the big 2 liters or whatever, the 3 liters, the big glass things, and they had the top.
Yeah, the steins. You have the steins.
This was like you could take it home, but it was only good for about 2 days.
Yeah.
They had that little topper that has a rubber and it kind of clamps down.
That's right, yeah.
So we'd take that home, and you had to drink it within 2 or 3 days, and it went flat. But oh man, the beer was so good. I loved it. I had a good time in Germany. Okay,
I did. Interesting. Yeah, Stickler's got his EU account running. Good news.
Excellent.
Oh, there you go. Doctor Who will give you a TR6.
Dude, hey man, I might take you up on that when this COVID ridiculousness is over. I would absolutely love that, man. I would absolutely love that. That would be awesome. You have an actual TR6, like the old one, like the little wedge thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Wow. Memories of my MGB GT.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I remember those commercials. Those things came over to the U.S. in the 70s. And it wasn't very... Who makes those? I can't remember. It's a Swedish company, right?
Triumph? Was it Triumph TR6?
Triumph. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Triumph, wasn't it? Yeah.
Is that a British...
TR7 was the wedge, that's right. TR7 was
TR7 was the wedge, okay.
Yeah. What's it trying?
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, Triumph's classic sports car. That is so cool. Okay, let's. We're gonna talk Mirny. Let's move on off of
Mirny.
EU, so to speak, and go over to Mirny. All right, so Mirny 6 event is coming up. Let me just get this thing called up here. I don't know, Pilgrim. Did you look at the rewards? What did you think?
I had a quick.
Uh-oh, we just lost Pilgrim. He'll call back. We'll call back. Hopefully the missus didn't cut him off. My issue here with the with this event is looking at the stinking 3D skins, which are the reward, guys. I scrolled down and went, all right, cool. What's it going to be? It's going to be 3D skins. Rewards. 5 exclusive 3D skins. You believe that? You back?
Can you hear me?
I can. You're back.
I was sorry. Did I cut out?
Yeah, you did. Were you talking?
Did
Thank God.
you mute me? Did you?
Well, we didn't. No, we did not miss you. No.
Okay.
No, you were gone. I asked you the question. I asked you a question about the rewards.
Was my mouth moving with my lips going, and you were just going, I don't know what he's saying. He's an idiot.
No, your screen was frozen. It was a look like.
I was it.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was good.
No, I don't think the prizes are what I expected them to be, but I have no sense of entitlement about it. But because they cancelled last year, I'm thinking maybe they would have ran something a little bit more.
This 3D skin is a top prize thing. Seems to be becoming a thing.
T30 thing all over again, isn't it?
Well, so yeah, it feels like now it's a trend item.
Yeah.
Howsoever, there are 5 unique crew members with 3 perks. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. So, and it's France, UK, 2 US. Why would there be? Why would you do that? Why?
Yeah, that's interesting. Why that?
Why would not one of them be German or something? Or is the bad guys German? Are the bad guys German again? Is that what Mirny is? I don't know. Oh, are the bad vehicles German vehicles?
I can't tell you. I'm still
I don't know.
scrolling
Anyway,
through it.
going back to the top. So what do we got here? We've got an event. It's going to go about, it looks like 2 weeks. You can choose your difficulty level. So I was reading that. You have to win a battle or 2. And you can then, once you win enough battles, you can open up 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star difficulty levels.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the higher the difficulty level, the higher the difficulty, that just goes without saying, I think. And 2, the prizes or the points you get for winning are probably more because you need so many points before you can trip the rewards and things. So that's my assumption on what's going on with that. But you have to win a few. There are missions that you can get, which will give you stuff to help get through it. Phase teleportation. There's 4 phases for 1-star and 3 phases for 1-star and 4 phases. If your team wins the phase, you will be resurrected if you died at 50% your hit points. So you'll keep moving provided your team wins. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I feel like maybe going in there at 50% is going to be tough to recover from, depending on the consumables and things that you have. But at least you're not knocked out because you died. So that's kind of cool. Anomalies. These are buffs, guys. It's it's the standard internet gaming thing that we keep running into with Wargaming, trying to make their game like everybody else's game, which drives me a little bit crazy. But I know a lot of you guys like it, and that's good on you. Go for it. It's one of the reasons why I can't play these modes very much usually, because I just get tired of running around gathering power ups. I don't care. I just don't care. So
just thanks to Trinksy, she's got to go.
Trinksy, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean there are, when you look at the anomalies, you got 20% damage caused.
Hey, hold on. If Trinksy's still here, throw a link. I don't know if she's still here, but if you are, throw a link to your channel in the chat there. Or if somebody else has it, throw it in there for everybody else. All right, go ahead, Pilgrim.
Yeah, I think if you look down, you're right. They're trying to make it like every other game, but some of it is useful stuff. You look at it and think, okay, steal hit points from penetration of enemies, recovering 20% of damage taken. It keeps you playing in the game.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
you can see that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I go on about it, and I guess I should probably throttle back on that stuff. But my point is that the reason I play World of Tanks is it doesn't have a lot of that stuff. But that's my personal problem, not everybody else's. It'll probably be a cool event. We'll see how it goes. The mini-map, shows all the phases. That's actually pretty cool. They tell you where everything is, so you can kind of look at it and go, okay, how do I want to go about this? You've got anomalies, what do they call it? Here you can, that's the spawn points basically.
Yeah.
View range displays the view range of your vehicle. View circle, what is that? View circle, the maximum range within which allied and enemy vehicles are displayed. That seems really small, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? I mean, it's only just outside the center of the building.
Do you think that's to scale, or do you think it's just a kind of picture
no, I
to
think
show?
It's to scale. I think that's how they're. I think that's how they've designed it. It's not going to be the same as your own setup.
So I guess we have some serious fog of war kind of stuff here, if that's true.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Well, what it'll mean is that you need to keep on the move to be able to keep things spotted.
Yeah. This is similar to the last one, not last year's, that obviously never failed to launch.
Yeah, that one.
But 2 years ago, we were collecting goo and putting it somewhere, right?
That's right, yeah. The green stuff.
Yeah.
That was, and you were collecting it into a collector on the hill.
Yeah.
On the little hill. Well, that's right. And when it got to a certain point.
So this is the same concept, because you've got Magnus. He's the collector that needs to be filled with Miriam. And then these little blue dots are where the Miriam is that you grab. So it's the same concept.
Right. Okay.
Run out, grab the Miriam, fight the guys to get rid of them as much as possible, gather power-ups as you go through. Do the enemies drop these? Hold on. Anomaly. After you have destroyed or damaged some enemies. There you go. So you do want to kill enemies because you can power up. And I guess there are 9 types, and each one improves specific parameter. I assume these things stay with you, so the more power-ups you do, the better off you are. That would be my guess.
Yeah, you shouldn't lose it. You shouldn't lose it, should you, when you go back in?
Yeah, because you need to get better and better as the enemies get tougher and tougher, so I'm assuming that's what happens with that. So we got the mini-map. You can actually look at that and figure it out. There is then an immortal, so a boss. You got a boss guy on each, not on each level. First phase doesn't have a boss. Second, third.
But second, third.
Yeah, they have a boss, so it's going to be really bad that you have to destroy. Here's what the tanks are. You can kind of take a look. It'll tell some of the things they do and don't do. Here we go. Amount of Miriam that is needed to complete. So 80 at minimum risk. What is this increased risk? Oh, that's the star level.
Yeah, it's the star level, isn't it?
So it looks like making it harder makes you have to get more Miriam. I wonder if that means that the rest of it's exactly the same.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder.
Like, if you do 3-star, are there just plain old more enemies? Or is it just the case of you just need more Miriam?
Yeah, phase 4 is available only at the second and third. What is the difference in the difficulty levels, and what's the downsides and what's the benefits? That's what we need to dig into, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like
the guys in chat are actually, Cliffy's going through a lot of it.
Okay.
So there's quite a lot of information coming through there.
So then you've got the boss tank. And it looks like we've got some 3D skins. So they matched up with this Silent Hill guy again, one of the artists, one of the digital artists, graphic artist, director guy. So
Akira Yamaoka.
Yeah. And they got pictures here for the Panther. And I remember that, actually. I think I still have those skins in garage from 2 years ago. With the barbed wire and stuff. They kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
So some pretty cool skins, and it looks like they got some nice glowing lights on them. If you look at the purple, no, that's actually from the background. There it is. The lights glowing red up on top there on the spotlight. So if that's in game, that's actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
There's 5 vehicles you can use: Hornet, Cerberus, Goliath. You'll also be able to roll into even 2 more formidable vehicles. I don't know if those get unlocked or how you get to the other 2, but there's 5 total that you can use.
So what have they got? They got a light tank, a medium, and a heavy to start off with.
Yeah, and then there's another, I think, medium.
And then
and
another
light.
medium, another light.
Yeah.
Okay, with an accurate HE auto. That'll be the 49
Yes.
T49, won't it?
Yeah.
With the auto reload HE. Wow.
Yeah, they have the list
That'll
of
be
them here. Where is it? Well, if you go down to the bottom, you can see the skins. It's going to be, they're based on the 103, the 1390, the 71, the T54, and the 49.
Right. Okay.
I think the 1390 is the autoloader one.
Oh, do you?
I think the T49 is the other light tank.
That's not the auto. Wouldn't that be good though? Auto loading with that
autoloader?
HE gun.
Oh, wait a minute. It's calling them both an autoloader. Are we going to have a
I think the
T49?
yeah. I think watching the video. I thought I watched the video yesterday. I'm pretty sure the T49 is an autoloader.
With a
wow.
a derp autoloader?
Yeah, with a dirt barrel on it. Wow. That is going to be awesome, isn't
All
it?
right. Now
Imagine that in game. Imagine that in pubbies. Oh, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Here's the place where I started reading, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. Since Mariner 13 has a very high level of electromagnetic radiation, the commander of the tank in which you played needs time to recover. So there's some kind of cooldown for your commander.
Right.
He won't be available for battle for some time, so you have to buy stimulants. Oh boy.
Yeah, there we go.
It looks like they are for credits, which is fine.
Okay.
And you can get some.
Quite expensive though.
Yeah, you can get some for. You can't. Yeah, each one you do costs more and more, and you can get some on missions. So there is a way to get some of those.
Right. Well, look, the pricing point of wargaming is always contentious. When you look at that, they say recovery. You get one for 25,000 credits. The pricing point for directives like camo or the pricing point for food is 20,000. So they've just slapped another 5,000 credits on top of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So how did they come about a pricing point like that? I mean, that's just. If I was cynical, which I am, I would go, oh, come on. You know?
So then there's Commander Experience, and I'm not really sure how Commander Experience matches into this. Instantly recover by using credits. Cost purchasing each stimulant. Can also earn more stimulants by completing special daily missions. That makes sense. Some of these missions reward you with Commander Experience boosters, which are boosters that activate. They double your XP. You can get Commander Experience boosters as part of bundles or by purchasing it. Yeah, so of course they're gonna have the hard sell in there.
Of course.
To increase your chance. So there's consumables with various powers.
Yeah.
And then there's a Commander XP system here too.
But that's automatic. That comes in by doing the daily missions, and they'll reward you with those boosters. So you can't buy those boosters, can you?
So you get rewards.
Oh, no, you can. Yes, you can buy them individually. Okay.
I guess each one of these vehicles. Okay, so here's what I think's going on, right? These commanders down here are assigned to the vehicles you're going to be using.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get experience as you go,
which
means I guess you can come out with a pretty good commander. Maybe that's part of what's going on here.
Okay. Oh, I guess if you're going to keep that commander and then be able to do retraining for another tank. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Now, how do you get the commanders? So here's the missions: reconnaissance, supplies, top 5. You get stimulants. So these commander bonus, commander experience boosters to get your commander. So and then you go up to the table here. You get a number of coins for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's experience for the commander. These are the coins. And then at some point, I'm assuming you trade in the coins, but what is the cost of that?
You can exchange the coins for exclusive 3D styles and other stuff in the event store.
Does it show the price?
So there'll be a specific store, like there has been in the past. You know, you click on your store thing, there'll be a drop-down menu with it in.
Does anybody know what the cost is going to be? I don't see anything in here that says what the cost of the style or the commander is. Main rewards, 3D styles, tanks, can be purchased. No indication of what the price is that I see.
No.
Looks like there's some 2D styles for coins as well.
See, but what you've got to look at, I guess, is when you look at the levels of coins, they're not big. They're not they're not huge amount of coins unless you're Commander XP.
Well,
So-
just like the event, the anniversary event with the coins, they're just using the same mechanic. They've already built that into the
Yeah.
They've already built that system into the client, so it's there. They just have to adjust how they do it. So
Well, I
that's
imagine then
what's
you
going
can,
on.
well, I can imagine you could. There's a possibility of racking up, like we did, 5,000-6,000 coins.
Yeah, but that was
Yes.
over months and months. This is a 2-week event, so I don't know.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Each style with a crew member is 25 coins. That's it, Tony.
Right. Okay.
That doesn't seem too hard. Does that mean winning is going to be very difficult?
Well, that's what I mean. It didn't seem
Yeah.
very easy to start getting stuff.
Is there a win condition? Let's go back up to the missions. Supplies, top 7. You have to win to get the coin, right? I think.
Is that what it is? Okay.
At the end of the battle, you get credits, XP, and free XP. The higher difficulty, the more credits and XP you earn, and the faster you upgrade your commander. Depending on the amount of Miriam, you'll get commander, blah, blah, blah. The commanders of the Malachite and Grenadier earn more credits at the start of the battle, starting from level 5. All vehicles earn the same number of credits. I don't understand what the level is. I'm assuming that you build your level as you go. That's not very clear.
Well, from battle to battle, the level will increase, and for each new level achieved, you receive the event's currency, coins.
Yeah, I might have to watch the video because this is not really explaining it very well to me.
No.
So deliver 15,000 Miriam. You get 4. There's 4 coins right there. So that's an extra reward. Grenadier special event tank. So that's how. Okay, so you unlock the special tanks by doing the missions
Right. Okay.
down here. So you unlock the Grenadier with delivery of Miriam number 3.
Yeah.
Commander. So where's the other one? When do you unlock the other one? 5 coins, 4 coins.
This as solo play is going to be very difficult. I think. I think you're going to need to be in platoons.
Good
I mean-
Hunting number 3 unlocks the Malachite, so you have to get through Good Hunting number 3 to unlock that tank. The 2D styles are, looks like you get some of those off of the missions. Yeah, so I don't know if there's it doesn't seem to be a win condition.
No, it doesn't say win a battle. It
No, it doesn't.
can only be completed only in. You can do some in pubs and some in.
I mean, that would be good if it's just a matter of, hey, let's get in and have fun, gather your Miriam. Obviously, the further you get, the more coins you get, and the more Miriam and yada yada. But it would be nice that it didn't matter if you won or lost; that you could actually get a little movement on it. You still have to be top whatever, which that makes total sense to me to get the better missions done.
Yeah.
These are
Because the only
daily.
thing, the only thing I can see is be in the top 7 or be in the top 3 or. Yeah. Okay.
And they're daily, so they reset each day. So, all right, cool. Rewards are the 3D skins. The commanders are there. I know you guys have been dropping good info down in the chat, so make sure you're reading that, guys, to get more info from the guys who've really dug into it a little more than us already.
Is it better to be platoon then, guys? I don't know if anybody's actually played it yet.
No, it
'Cause
doesn't.
it's
When does
now-
it start? 26. Is that tomorrow?
26
Yeah, it starts
million
tomorrow.
have played it, yeah, tomorrow. I wonder if platooning is a better way to do it.
Wait a minute. Execrable played 2 games, got no coins. Wait, is it started?
Is it up and running on the NA or is it EU? Hang on.
What is
I
he
don't know.
talking about? What is he talking about?
Yeah, well, it's what are we doing about?
I don't see it. Tomorrow on EU, okay. It's up now on NA? That's
Okay.
What? Why would it be on NA today? That gives NA an extra day. Guinea pig. That's
the guinea
right.
pig,
Cliffy,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
probably right. NA is that's the smaller
Makes sense.
yeah, okay. Well, there you go. I wonder if they're going to cut us off with one less day at the end. Jimmy's like, dude, I've been playing for an hour. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, I don't know. We've got a handle on it in this channel. Don't we know what we're doing?
Oh
don't
yeah,
we?
dude. I mean, we are on. We just gave you guys all kinds of info that you needed because you already played it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, more coffee, more coffee, more coffee, you bozos.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
man. Well, we've been at it for a long time. I think we're about done. We were gonna talk ranked, but no sense in doing that. Maybe catch it next time. But
When you were away, I just quickly had a couple of minutes about ranked, and I think most people in the chat were of the same sort of feeling. Is that it's a take it or leave it, because the system doesn't help average players. You've got to be
yeah,
to do anything with it. You've got to be a very good player.
yeah. And the one thing I will say is I did like we talked about it before we went on there, is I did like that they changed the TK system a little bit for artillery, and it's easier to turn blue if you're constantly stunning your own guys. So I think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
great. I would
That's
like to
good.
see that in the regular game too, to make
Yeah.
artillery players be a little more careful sometimes with their shots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, execrable. I think it does get more expensive based on the chart I just looked at. So you either have to get the power up or the reward or whatever to do it for free. That will be interesting to see how expensive that is. I mean, I know you're earning credits when you play, but is it a wash? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, APA. That's what a lot of people did just to get the one thing. All right, cool. That's all I got.
Well,
Pilgrim, you got any last parting shots for the people?
I don't. I've got a story about the Moselle, but we'll save that for next Sunday.
Yeah, that'll work. We've been at it for a while. So, hey guys, I appreciate everybody coming by. No credits, no
Brilliant.
loss, only win. Okay, yeah, that's good info, Cliffy. Thanks for coming by, guys. Appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Had a good time. Added some followers and stuff. That was really cool. That is all I've got from the left side of the Atlantic.
And this is all Pilgrim's got from the correct side of the Atlantic. Carry
All
on.
right, we'll see you guys later. And if you want to see me again, I don't know why you would, but if you did, then I will be streamcasting with DCS Low Blow later today at 2000Z. See ya.
Take care.